Hey, 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 what's up, everybody? For whatever reason, the music's not playing. Let's get that fixed. And maybe. Yeah, it says it's playing now, but who knows, right? Whatever, it doesn't matter. What's up, everybody? We don't even need any music, right? It's all good. I gotta reset some stuff. I did some stuff on my software, screwing around with it. Excuse me, trying to. Let's knock this video. Let's knock this disclaimer off. You know what the deal is. I don't do financial advice. Not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on the internet. Don't listen to anything I say. That's all I got to say about that. So, what's up, everybody? I'm Keith. Welcome to the Crypto After Dark live stream. I got everybody here with me. It's me, myself, and the assassins, plus some other people. Glad y'all could be with us. If you haven't done so, please take the time to go hit like, comment, and subscribe. Especially the likes. The more likes we get, the more the algorithm is happy, and the more YouTubes will listen to what we say and promote us for free, though, and I won't have to argue with them. So we got some interesting stuff to talk about tonight. As you saw in the thumbnail, I got this bitch up on the screen. Typically, wouldn't have this on the screen because I don't really talk about this too often, but I think it's important to talk about it a little bit. Hey, I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit. There you go. Sorry. We'll skip first to say hey to everybody. What's up, Cigar? What's up, Mr. Mullet? What's up, y'all? Jeremy, what's up? Nomad Frank. Eric, what's up? Jude, good to see you. Cryptos 11. Hi, Keith. Don't worry, I'm not listening. It's all good, bro. Yvonne, the Queen. What's up? This is one Mullet says for sharing. We'll talk about that in a second, man. That was funny, yeah. What's up, DOG? This place is a diamond in the rough, the wastelands of YouTube's. Oh, hell. All right, so check this out. I guess it was Saturday. So I'm sitting at the house. No emotions, calamate. Let's go. So I'm sitting at the house. Girlfriend comes in here to teach, which she does on the weekends. Part of the reason I don't do a stream on the weekends is because she comes in here to teach, right? Because she uses the same computer that I'm on to stream live to teach. So it's a really nice setup in here, and I got all these screens and it's really nice stuff. So it's easier for her to come in here and stream, right? So I was messing with the software Thursday night on a Zoom afterwards, and I had some issues with my screen trying to get the sizing right. So what I did was I reset everything to default and started going back through some stuff. Well, she pulls up her streaming software for her, and the button that's for the virtual camera isn't working. It's like a virtual camera button. Here, I'll show you. It's going to go infinite here for a second, but whatever. There's a virtual camera button right here. Yeah, right here, virtual camera. So she didn't have that on, but what she did do was she turned on the streaming. Yeah, she turned on the streaming. And when she turned on the streaming, instantly YouTube picked that up, and YouTube found the most recent live stream from a Saturday or whatever, the most recent highest whatever YouTube algorithm it used to pick that one up. It immediately picked that up, and when it picked that up, it popped it straight up onto the screen for her and started streaming YouTube for her on a random ass stream that I made a while back. And she didn't know. So she starts yelling. She turns her microphone. She's yelling, Keith, Keith. I happened to hear it. And I come in there and I saw. So I clicked on it. And then about that time, I come back and I went to the bathroom. When I went to the bathroom, I looked at my phone. And like 20 of y'all had messaged me and said, oh, yo, let's live stream. Let's go. And you're like, wait a minute. Who's sharing? So I ran in here and I come in here and I'm tapping on the screen. And she's teaching, right? So she's like looking at me like, what? And as soon as I tapped on it, she looked at it. She said it saw start streaming, or she said it said currently streaming or whatever. She was like, so I clicked off of it real quick so she couldn't do it, and it immediately stopped the video. But what's funny was the comments y'all guys had put, which was hilarious, was like, is this the new teacher? And then all this other stuff. And then like Nick was like, uh-oh, there's the look. Keith just walked in the room. Keith just walked in the room. Oh God, it was hilarious. So I had a pretty good laugh out of it. But yeah, so that's what happened. And that's the second or third time that's happened where YouTube just picked up when I accidentally clicked a button and started to stream up. So, hey, whatever. Whew, mouthful. All right, what's up, Beverly? John Martin, 786 Assassin just said fractal. That's all he said. So I'm going to go through some stuff on this tonight. As you saw in the thumbnail, I feel like this coin, XRP, that I rarely talk about, has finally hit some support here. And I want to show you what I'm talking about and what I think is possible here in the near future. Please don't take this as hopium. I don't do hopium. Okay, that's not what I do. I don't care if you don't like it. It's not what I do. Okay. Oh, that girl has some expressions. I know, right? That's part of it, though, Mullet, is like when you're teaching, she teaches Chinese kids how to speak English, right? So when you're doing it, the Chinese government requests that you make certain facial expressions and stuff to express what you're talking about, to make it, I don't know, to make it more easy to understand the expression rather than struggle with the expression. So she does them expressions all the time. And her grades for teaching will be higher if she does it that way. It's just kind of weird. You know, whatever. Oh, that's Darth. What's up, Darth? He just changed his name. I don't know what happened to your wrench, but you got another one. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is the historical spots here that have gotten hit on XRP, and what does that mean and what does that say long term? All right, so the first thing I do on every chart before I look at it is I eyeball where I think resistance and support is, okay? And right off the bat, when I saw this, where it had stopped, I immediately said, okay, well, that's good. And I want to show you what I'm talking about. So I already have one line up here. I usually use red lines for resistance just because they're bold and they stick out for me, and I can see them very well. It's very clear that there's a support line right here where all these different candles hit. Let's pull it up nice and big so you can see. There's clearly a support line here, right? Can't deny that. You could put it exactly where you wanted, whatever, but it's there. We've had multiple candles bounce off this same line. So in my opinion, even though we had this wick down here, which was, I remember this, I actually bought this at 9 cents or some stupid shit like that. I bought that day when that happened. Either way, that's hit that point multiple times and held it. Even bounced off of it right here in December. It bounced right back off of it, which is great. All right, so that's clearly a point of interest. And this is the monthly chart. I usually start on the monthly chart and work my way down. And I do that so you can see these big, hard resistance lines. The monthly resistance lines are the stronger ones, all right? All right, so we've already got that top one, which is clear. We've already got this bottom one, which is clear. Let's find some more. What looks like, see right here, looks like multiple candles failed. All right, and the same thing on this side, multiple candles failed. So that's clearly a line. And look right there, 30 cents. It held 30 cents for years. It bounced around that number, okay? We talked about that when it was happening and how it was having a hard time at 30 cents. And 30 cents would be a big number once it finally got over it. Clearly it did, all right? Are there any more? Let's keep looking. All right, so if we just start from the top down, there's clearly a line here. All right, maybe. We got some wicks here, some wicks here, wicks here, wicks here, wicks here. Kind of looks like we have a line around 75, maybe 70 cents. Look where we're at, 71 cents, okay? We can keep doing this over and over and over again. I'm going to step down to the weekly now so I can see even closer and see even tighter in on these numbers here. All right, so you could argue that there's one, you know, here. You got points here that hit, points here that hit, points there that failed, whatever. Argue all you want. So let's just go with those for the time being, okay? What we noticed back in September, October, was the June 19 area on the chart often acted as a point of support or resistance, okay? Let's mark that point on the chart here so you can see what I'm talking about. Right here's June 19, okay? I even label that June 19. You'll see me put that a lot, and that's because that's been a historical barrier that we've noticed since way back, okay? And that historical barrier has played through on almost every chart, almost every single one of them. And I'm going to go through them after we get done talking about XRP here, probably at 11:30. We'll go through some other coins, and I'm going to go through those other coins, and I want you to look at June 19 on every single one of them, okay? And we're going to see a similar action happen constantly over and over and over and over again, okay? It's just how it works. So I've marked that point. Now I'm going to draw a box going across, and that's going to be a support or resistance zone. Either one, doesn't matter. But I like to draw boxes because it gives a good visual representation, okay? So I'll draw a box here. And it's not necessarily a perfect box. I'm just trying to get in a zone. If I drew this box all the way across, you would see that it kind of catches some wicks here, catches some wicks here, catches here, well, whatever. There's a box of support right here at June 19. It's happened on it. Almost every chart, okay? And what do you know over here? You got this action coming down from our recent retrace right to the top of this box. In hindsight, it's hard to see this, all right? It's hard to see that fall that we recently took from $2 all the way down to 70 cents was a normal fall. I know that's hard to understand, but it was, okay? It was. It's just the way it works, all right? Sucks, I know, but that's the way it works. You have to hit support if you can't break resistance. It didn't break resistance, all right? You see that? It failed and came back down. If it falls and comes back down, it comes to support, all right? What support line did it come to? Right at 70-ish cents. Secondly, not only did we notice June is a good support zone, but we noticed that August, well, it's all the way back here on this one, but August and December act as other support zones. XRP took forever to get going, and right here it bounced off of August. You had this price action come up and fall, and when it fall, the August support line, it held. It did go under it and bounce over it, under it. It took a minute to get there, but it finally popped back over. What's up, Alvin? It took a minute to get back over there, but it did, all right? We've seen June 19, we've seen August, and then you got this December area. And what do you know? We bounced off the December area too. Let's move this June 19 box up here to the December area, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, there you go. That's that December area of support. We've hit it, and we're sitting on top of it now. Now, you've heard me say this 100 times. The easiest buy sell is the EMA on the daily because it's so simple. Over the line, underline. Okay, it's not that hard. But I like to base all of that on watching the trend to decide whether we're an uptrend or a downtrend, okay? One of the things we use to find out whether we're in an uptrend or downtrend is support and resistance lines, okay? They're crucial. They're crucial. If you're under a resistance line, you may want to wait to buy. If you're on top of a support line, you may want to go ahead and buy. Is there risk involved with that? Yes, there is. However, when you see charts that are sitting on support, you must take advantage of them. Yes, it may fail, but you're a far better risk to make money than you are to lose money at that point. When you buy a chart that's gone way above resistance, way above everything, and hasn't came back and touched earth in a while, you should probably think about taking some profits and finding it touching support later. It's the way it works. We're going to pull up a big shit coin here in a minute, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, okay? You don't buy the flight, you buy the landing, all right? So the historical support has been hit on this. Not only has the historical support been hit multiple times, but we're starting to see the indicators flow back in the right direction, okay? I'm going to pull up the weekly here. On the weekly chart, all my moving averages, except the 8 and the 21, are in correct order. We have the oh, well, I'm sorry, the 100 needs to get back over too, but they're nice and flat, as you see what I'm saying. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. The moving averages are still flat. We came down and bounced off the 50 moving average support. You buy support, even if it fails, you buy support. You bounced off support right here and moved up. Now you've hit the 8 and the 21 and you're stuck. Turns out that this same support bounce was the 50 fib, the all-time 50 fib at 61 cents, which is great. What does that open you up to? If this can change trend here from this downtrend that it's been in and get moving back up, 91 cents-ish becomes the next likely target. And that's on a long time frame, not a short time frame. But that becomes the next likely target. 91 cents is near $1. All right, psychologically speaking, you're probably looking at near $1. All right, I don't know how long that'll take, don't know when that'll happen, but the point is you could see it happening by looking at the chart and seeing the support resistance. Now, the MACD had this gnarly fall. The MACD line and the trigger line are really far apart. That's likely to come back together. Whether that means sideways or up, doesn't matter. These are likely to get closer together again. Not only that, but we're staying above the midline right here. There's the midline. The orange is well above the midline. The MACD appears to be wanting to sweep back in the upward direction. That should be nice if it did. Nothing wrong with that at all. That'll take some time. Yes. Too bad if you don't like it. That's the way it works. It's just the way it works. You don't have to like it, but learn to love it. So the MACD seems to be sweeping. All right. That's fine. Let's let it play out. Don't panic. Relax. RSI. Similar situation. You had these overbought areas that you should have sold. Okay. Did you? Didn't you? Who knows? But you got a chance to make it right now. The 40 line is way down here. All right. You're not even close to the 40 line yet, which tells me that could come down and give it a touch. Something else I've been studying a little bit about the RSI is the 50 box, from the 50 to the 40 line, and how often coins get stuck in there. Now, it isn't a for sure thing yet. I've just been studying on it a little bit, but when the price action gets stuck down here in the box, it tends to stay down here in the box until it breaks out one way or the other. Right? So you can see it float between 40 and 50, and you could probably reduce your risk by some sort of amount. I haven't really studied it enough to be for sure on that. But I don't teach the 50 line. I teach the 40 line. The 40 line is the price action line. So either way, short term, let's go down to daily and see. All right? Now the daily looks a little different. First thing, let's look at the MACD here. What we saw on the weekly was what? This thing sweeping, trying to stay above the midline. On this daily, it fell well below the midline, all the way down to a buy sign way the hell down here at the bottom. Okay? Then you got a sell sign. Then you got another buy sign. See that? All right. From here, we finally got back up into bullish trading. Finally got back up into bullish trading. We crossed the midline. As you see, the MACD and the trigger line are both over. Yes, we're falling off in volume. Buying volume is reducing. We'll look at that in a second. But what you see is all of our lines are above the midline now, which is good. Okay. All right, so let's go to the RSI. What do we see here? Similar situation. You had a beautiful triple bottom. See that? Triple bottom. You buy triple bottoms, folks. You had 2 times when this thing was oversold. Chances to buy. It went over the 40 line. You see how long it stayed right here on the 40 line and bounced around? That's why I mark that 40 line there, and that's why I teach that, okay? That line gets hit a lot, and the price action tends to flirt around with it a lot. You can base your transitions on whether it goes over or under. Now, obviously, this thing's shot way up, and it's got a little bit of gnarliness right here right now. Let's look at the price action now and see, okay? All right, so. There we go. So, our moving averages are a little bit out of order. And what do I mean by that? What I'd like to see is either this 100 moving average to come all the way under here, under the 200, or I'd like to see this yellow line, which is the 50 moving average, way up here. Okay, we haven't seen it yet, but we should. That would be the action that I'd like to see. Hold on one second. Chronic Carl says, Digibyte, please. It's in a historic buy zone. Sure, we'll look at it. And I need you to hang out a couple minutes because I'm not done with this one yet. But I'm going to get to a bunch of coins, and we're going to look at a bunch of stuff here in a minute. Here in a second. So, we know that the 200 moving average, which is this red line right here, is historically a magnet. The price action will tend to flow back to the 200 moving average sooner or later. All right? Not always, but sooner or later. You're going to get the money, to come back to the red line. Here you see it bounced off of it, fell under, bounced under it, and we've yet to break it. Okay? We've yet to break it. I don't like to buy stuff, or I don't want to hold stuff unless it goes over this line. All right? Buying down here, no problem at all. But if it doesn't go over this red line, when it gets to the red line, in fact, you want to think about taking some profits here because it's probably going to get hung up and wrap your money up for a while, and you'll be stuck waiting for a little bit, okay? It's just a suggestion. Do what you want, not financial advice. Good news here. We're still over the 8 EMA. The 8's over the 21. We're still good as far as that goes. Now, what does this look like it's going to do to me? It kind of looks sideways. I'm thinking this thing's going to flirt with the 200 a little bit more. Maybe pull down and give one more catch off this 50 moving average. If you see this, I'll draw it so you can see a little better. And this 50 moving average is going to do something like that. All right. And then the 200 moving average, I think, is going to do something like this. Right. As that happens, you're going to get this price action bounce around, and the price is going to get stuck in here a little bit and bounce. And then try to make a decision here toward the end of August, heading into September. We don't know for sure. We can't predict the future. That's dumb to even try. But we can come close, okay? We can come close. I'm going to add these MA extensions, and you can see what I mean. Yeah, here I just drew that, and it's pretty similar to what I drew. These MA extensions kind of show you where the price action could go. You're seeing a lot of action right here. You got 100 crossing to the 200, the 50 moving back up here and pinching, the 821. All these are going to ball up right here. Ideally, what we would like to see is the price jump over this and get up here above this area up here. Like I just told you when I saw these fib lines, if it can hit this 90 or $1 area and bounce around all in this trashy area up here, that'd be great. All in this area, and just sit there and build some steam. And why do I say build some steam? Because once you break all those moving averages, that's a go signal. That's a go signal. That's not a hide and run signal. That's a sign to get ready. When that happens, we'll see this weekly chart improve some, because that would be all trading up here, giving us good buy signs on the weekly. From there, gosh, we open up a whole nother venture. Now let's go to where we think we could see the price action go, okay? Where we think we could see it go. Let me erase some of this stuff so you can see a little better. I think we got a storm outside. Damn, another one? Man. All right, so just using the historic figures you see on the screen now, those blue lines are Fibonacci retracement lines, okay? Those are our likely high time frame price targets. Not positive, but likely high time frame price targets. If we pull what we've done recently from this high down to this low, so now we've got two sets of Fibonacci retracement up there. We've got a short-term one right here, and we've got this long-term one right here. Okay, we've got two different ones up there. And I do this all the time to try to find intersecting lines. This price action lines. So what do we see right here? Oh, wrong button. Let's do a square. I like my boxes. We see the high time frame 786 and the shorter time frame 886, 786, all in the same area right here between $1.60 and $1.70. That's a likely target, in my opinion. Not that complicated. That's a likely target. Before then, obviously, you have another likely target. What did I just say a minute ago? Between 90 cents and $1? Look right there. You got the short-term 50 fib, and the higher time frame 618 in the same spots. So now I've come up with two likely future targets. Now, what would cause this to fail? All right, if it failed to hold these moving averages and broke this trend line right here, we're going to erase all this and start over, because that means the trend is broken and we need to find some other source of stuff. Okay, that doesn't mean that's going to happen. We're not there yet. So I'm going to not going to erase anything yet, but I'm going to erase it in a second. But speaking hypothetically, if we can break these two boxes, we're looking at testing all-time high, which is $3.40-ish, depending on the exchange you use, whatever. But that would put us in this area of 347, 334, right in here. Okay. From there, that's also one of the take profit lines, 1414. So I definitely look forward to taking profits at all-time high. I have very little XRP, by the way. It's not my thing. I'm going to erase this one. Now, what do we have on high time frames? What kind of price predictions can we come up for that? Well, if we're using Bitstamp, which you can use the chart that you'd like, whatever, I'm looking at $8, $13, and 27. In previous times, I've said 8, 16, and 32. So between $27 and $32 long term. Long term. More likely 13 to 16. Okay. Probable $8 probable. Okay. Probable, more likely, extremely long term. Those three targets. All right. That's what I see. I don't do anything but technical analysis. I don't give a fuck about the news or what kind of partnerships they've got or who Brad Garlic breads on CNN with. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about flare drops. I don't care about airdrops. None of that shit. I only care about the chart. Okay. So that's what I see for that. It's 11:27. Let's look at some comments. I'm going to write down the coins you guys want to talk about. I've already saw Digibyte. So we're going to look at Digibyte. Should have hit that like. Whoops. We're going to look at Digibyte right here in a second. And let's write down all these coins that you guys have brought up, okay? All right. David R. said, I think Brad Garlic House is off camera pointing a gun at Keith. We might need to call 911. Bro, this is the South. You don't point guns unless you want one pointed back, my guy. All right, let's look. You got Digibyte. Yeah, I got that. Alvin said, I love this kind of video. All right, well, good, bro. Yvonne said, I can't believe StoreX nodes were literally streamed last night. It seems forever ago. I know. Congrats to everybody who got StoreX nodes, which we'll talk about here in a minute. All right, here we go. Some coins. RVN, Raven, TWT, Mithril. All right. Let's see. Got strong field, 203, 207. Pastor Dave's got a few more to fill, then get 2 more. Fuck yeah, mullet. Let's go. That give me 5. Very nice, dude. SRK. Yeah, I have 11 mullet, plus I have 3 NFTs. But last night I started up 4 StoreX nodes so I can get my passive up. Rune and Fun. All right. Nagabo with that XRP ain't bust a grape. You know what, Rug? What's up, brother, by the way? I heard the first time I ever heard somebody say you can't bust a grape was when I was a little kid and we were on the school bus. And I grew up in a black neighborhood. I was the only white kid in a black neighborhood. But there was these kids on the back of the bus getting ready to fight. And one of the other kids looked at him and called him a grape head or something like that. And he said, well, you can't bust a grape. And I remember him saying, you can't bust a grape. About that time, he punched him right in the head. I'll never forget that. His name was Scott. I remember his name was Scott. TRX. This is a throwback to my childhood right there. Algo. All right. SNX. Got you. All right. So let's do this. All right. One Harmony. Of course, he wants One Harmony. What's up, Bullish CEO? All right, let's do Digibyte first. Digibyte was brought up. Let's knock Digibyte out first. Digibyte. All right, starting on the month. Monthly looks bad. This thing went way far. Did great. Had a nice big run. But it tapered out and lost some steam here. It is under 786 at the moment. Yeah, this is not great. Let's do weekly. I don't like the monthly. I don't like the monthly. The week's not as bad. The MACD's trying to sweep. The RSI's flat. How are the bands? Bollinger Bands are still sky wide. How is the daily? Okay, you got RSI getting pretty high. MACD's over the midline, so it could be trading into bullish territory. I mean, it is a buy right now on the daily. All right? Can't deny that. It is a buy on the daily. Pivots over the pivot, that's good. Let's get a closer time frame fib here. All right, so yeah, I don't like that price action. All right, so you're at a good 236 right now, and it looks like 6 cents is possible here, all the way up to 7.5. But for sure 6 cents, because that's the 786 line on the all-time fib, which should be right at 6 cent 062. A little bit more than 6 cents, but call it 6 because that's a nice psychological number. All right, and you want to look at it versus ETH. But the important thing to remember is you shouldn't chart versus ETH. You should chart versus USD because that's where you're going to convert your money back to eventually anyway. ETH can go down, and it looks like the Digibyte ETH charts goes up because ETH went down and Digibyte didn't move at all. It's a trick. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a trick. Yeah, so versus Ethereum, this looks awful. Yeah, versus Ethereum, it looks awful. Let's look versus Bitcoin. You know, likewise versus Bitcoin, it's done absolutely nothing. It hasn't moved since June of 17 against Bitcoin hard. You can't really chart that, honestly. You've got lots of these flares, but you don't have anything of substance. You're getting these flares. It's kind of got a channel where it's jogging sideways. So I'd be careful on Digibyte. Yes, it is a buy right now on the daily, which is cool. And I'm cool with people buying it. But, 6 cents, 7.5 cents, 9 cents are all going to be hard caps right there. It's going to be tough for it to break those one at a time. It's going to be a slow grind here. Slow grind on Digibyte. All right, let's enter some stuff right here. Yeah, like Beverly said, 42 of us in here. Everybody hit like real quick. What's up, Nick? Late. All right, let's go through Raven. I'm going to talk about StoreX nodes at the end, okay? Or RVN. Can I get that on TradingView? Probably can. RVNU. Yep. That's not good. RVN USD. There we go. All right, so we've got, that's weekly. Let's go to daily. You're good on the daily on Raven. In fact, you're sitting prettier than most. You got this hard line right here around 8 cents. So be careful, which isn't very much higher than where it is now. It's got some shit to push through here. It's got to get to this resistance zone. It can do that. And again, you're seeing the MAs reset. Yellow, blue, red. That's good. You're going to see them bunch up right here, you see? You're starting to see them bunch up now. Little by little, this thing's going to jog, all right, to the right. It's not going to go quickly, but Raven is a buy. Ooh, almost dropped my ink pen. TWT. Trust Wallet. That's what that was. I should have knew that. Now, this one's been a big performer here. Similar situation. You got a buy, clean buy. You've hit the fib right. You've hit this fib line and it's starting to fail, so it may come back and touch the 8. RSI is overbought. Be careful here. It may jog right, but I like 54 cents at least. But it's going to jog right a bit first. It's got to build some steam here. But it is a buy. Mithril. All right, similar situation to XRP where it's stuck under the 200. All right, it's got to get back up over this 200 before it can start to impress me. You do got a triple bottom here. 1, 2, 3, triple bottom. If you can see that, I'll draw it for you. 1, 2, 3, triple bottom. That's good. I like to see that. When I see a triple bottom, I like to buy. I have some mithril. Just playing around with this trend line. You could draw this trend line kind of wherever you wanted to. Hasn't broken it yet, and the pivot's way up there. All these moving averages are starting to bunch together like I just told you. Look, there's 100, 200, 50, 8, and 21 all bunching up. Let's see this thing break this trend line. And if it can break this trend line, we can look at getting up over these moving averages, but one thing at a time, okay? This hasn't broken the trend yet. And it's also barely a buy. It's holding on by the skin of its ass. All right. 9.7 strongs in reward. Let's go, Jeremy. Yeah, right there what Darth just said. Everybody set stop losses, okay? A lot of these coins are under the 200, and you don't want to mess around when they're under the 200. You want to be smart. When they're under the 200, be careful. SR is it SRK or yeah, SRK? Spark Point. That is right. You asked about that. Yeah. You've come all the way back down here to support, which I like. See that? Yes, sir. I'm with it on Spark Point right here. It's bouncing off of support. You got a triple bottom. The MACD is under the midline, but it's kind of moving flat. The RSI is right at 40. I like Spark Point here. Even though it's not a buy yet, it's really close. I would be willing to take a chance on Spark Point. Not a buy yet, but it's super duper close. All right. Rune. All right, same thing as XRP. You're under the 200, so be careful. And now you're under R1 also, but you are over the pivot. All the moving averages are bunching up again. Similar situation here. Things are going to jog right a bit until pressure builds and it can do something. And it needs to get up over these. It needs to get all the way up to $8 and some change here before I'd be like, okay, here we go, Rune. I just would like to see some confirmation here first before I've done anything. That's all. Technically, it is a buy, though. Fun coin. Fun token, excuse me. You are a buy on Fun token. And this thing has fallen a really, really long way. Fell all the way to support. See that, everybody? Support right there. Got some more right here, and it's flirting around with it right now. Okay, it is a buy. MACD has tons of room. RSI is a little high, so be careful. That could jog right on you. I think a lot of these are going to jog right, but it is a buy. TRX, I know it was Darth that asked me about that shit. It had to have been. Yeah. All right, so you got a tits moving coming right here where the 100 is going to cut through the 200, and when that happens, you're going to get the price action to match it. Okay, right to R2, which is 73 cents. Ooh. Yeah, 73. It's a buy. It's on top of the pivot. It's over the 5100 and, I'm sorry, the 5100, the 58 and 21. Look at that. Good support. I like this to pop up here to R2 and tag this 200 moving average. It hasn't hit it in a while. I like it. It's a buy. Algorand, it's been ugly for a little bit here. I'm pretty good on it because I bought the bottom. But yeah, you got the similar situation as Mithril where it's not broken trend yet. It went up here and checked what I just said would happen on TRX. So you see that? Went up there and checked that and then fell back down. Under the pivot, under the 8, 21, and 50, algo is a no right now. Sorry. SNX. Algo is a full sale right now, actually. SNX has turned the corner on ugly too. This is being close to a sale right now. It's not yet, but it's close. Yeah, it's right on the edge of being a sale. It's flirting with it. So watch out. I wouldn't buy this. Be careful. Be very careful. I don't like SNX right now at the moment. One Harmony. All right, similar thing. You got hung up under the 200 and the pivot. It's kind of floating. Man, this is tight. I mean, everything is really, really tight on One Harmony right here. Technically not a sale, but be very careful because this is in a big ball of mess right here. It can fall down or spring up. This is a really tough call. I don't like this chart based on the fact that that's a lot of chaos going on in that spot right there. Aeon. It is a buy. You've got good room to move. I like this one to go back to at least 17 cents. Aeon is a yes. All right. Who else said stuff? All right. Got you, Ali. XLM. Lind. Sushi. And BCD. And then Mola says, I think it was a glitch because he's talking about how his shit didn't do right. All right. SLP and Wing. Got you, Isham. SLP and Wing. RSR. Okay. And Darth posts a GIF, an emoji of a toilet. Keeps me on my toes, man. All right. Yeah, XLM is technically still a go. It's on top of the pivot. I know it's under the 8, but it's right on top of the 21. And the MACD just turned good. I know the RSI is rolling over a bit, but it has support here. I can't sell this one. That still is a go. Let's do Lind. Once I do these, we'll stop and we'll talk a little bit about SRX, and then it'll be time to go. Okay, that flew by pretty quick. Lind is the same situation. You got a big ball of mesh right here under the 200, under the 100, but you're over the 21 and the pivot and the 50s down there, moving sideways. Again, it looks sideways to me. This is all going to float, and if it can pop over top, great, around 360 bucks, but I don't see that happening yet. We'll see. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's not a sale, though. It's just kind of in between. Hey, what's up, Endevere? I haven't worked on them lately. The little boys have been doing so much other stuff. Plus, girlfriend's brother has a house being built over on the farmland over there, so we're trying to kind of stay away from that. But as soon as the weather breaks cool, we're going to take the four-wheelers back over there and get riding again on the ATVs, man, because they love it. I got the Bobcat going, so we're going to take that thing down there and try to dig a trench or a trail that goes all the way back to the creek, which is all the way down the bottom of the land, which is a long-ass way down there. But if I can get that thing going down there, that'd be great, because then we can go down there and play on the water and stuff, too. We're working on it. It's progress is a slow process. It's farmland, whatever, man. That one I'm not doing, Jeremy. You're not tricking me, bro. I'm not getting hammered. I didn't drink anything today because I got to go to work tomorrow, and I had a really, really crappy day at work today, and I almost quit. I was this close to not going back to work. Okay, it was an eventful day. SUSHI. All right, so I don't like sushi. This one's turned ugly, so be careful here on sushi. It hasn't got anything that's screaming yes to me, except it's on top of the 50. It's at best sideways. Not a sale, but I'm not a buy either. I'm not gonna do that one. Bitcoin Diamond. You're on top of the 200, but kind of failing it. If we can get this thing to stay here, you're over the pivot. It really needs to move quickly, though. This thing needs to get going really quickly, otherwise it's going to fail. Now, it did pop up there some and hit my targets, but then kind of flirted back down with the pivot. So, you know, worst case, this is not going to go down too far. You've already got a triple bottom on it. It may come down and make one more point, and that's okay. I'm not going to freak out about it because I've got some of this. If this turns sell, I may sell. We'll see. But buyer beware on this one. SLP. I don't like to bullshit anybody. And if it was good last time and not good this time, well, the market changes, man. Sorry. All right. Did the cloud on this one at some point. So this one's turned into a sell. SLP is a no. You're under the 821. You got a downward cross. You've lost the 50. You're heading back to the pivot. SLP is a no. Wing. All right, so I like this one a bit here. It's over the 821. It is a buy. You're under the pivot, so you're not super long on it yet, but you know you got a chance to get back to at least the 100 moving average, which is coming down pretty hard. So be careful, buyer beware on this one too, but it is a buy. RSR. There we go. Oh yeah, RSI, look at that thing showed off. Broke the 8, 21, and 50 and pushed right on through all the way to the 100. It may get hung up here and fail the 100 a bit and jog sideways and let it catch up a bit. And if we can get through that mess, that would be great. I don't think it blows to the 200. Got a hard cap at 5 cents. But RSR is doing good moves. It is a buy. ENQ will probably be the last one. All right, Initium. All right, so tough call on this one. Goodness. I like that it's sitting on this 200 and popping off every time. The problem is under the 50, 8, and 21, and the 100's coming down. Looks short to me down to 6 cents and a half. Yeah, I can't do it. It's a sale. It's technically a sale right now. All right, let me answer some questions here. We're going to get to it. So let's see. We're all getting drunk today. Dude, listen, Ashley, I was close. I was close, man. It was. I'm not going to get into it on here, but I don't like being where I'm from. Where I'm from, we fight bullies. Okay. We don't get bullied. We fight them. And I feel like that's what's happening today. I don't do that very well. I'm not the one. So that's kind of what happened today. All right, so Crypto 11 said, there's no action by the management. I don't give a shit about anybody about who owns Bitcoin Diamond or the CEO or who his girlfriend is. I don't care. I just strictly do charts. So if the chart says good, I'm good. If the chart says no, I'm no. That's all I care about. I've just found that people are unreliable and charts are reliable. Sometimes they're wrong, yes, but people are wrong most of the time. People are unreliable. That's just who we are. Let's see. Hey man, thank you, Eric. Listen, I don't get that way too often, but that's what happened today. Yeah, look what Mullet said. ENQ is just too sideways for him, which is great. He freed up some liquidity and he's got some money to spend now. All right, so when are we getting another interview with an assassin? You know, I tried to line that up, and then the guy no longer talks to me, so he's no longer an assassin. He's no longer part of the crew. That happens, I guess. Whatever. I'm not going to argue about it, so we'll just move on to the next one, you know what I mean? I'm going to get that lined up. You know, it's kind of tough because everybody's got lives to get people interviewed and stuff. You know, it's not easy, so I'm working on it, though. I promise I'm working on it. So, all right, for this next couple of minutes, I want to talk about SRX nodes. Now, I made a video on SRX nodes this weekend and posted it up for everyone to see, And why did I do that? I did that so everyone can understand that there's other things going on than just constantly charting and charting and charting. You know, we all got into, not everybody, but a lot of people got into strong nodes, okay? And nodes basically pay you in passive income to run the nodes for them, and you get rewards, okay? You get rewards. So I'm going to post this right here in the chat so everybody can watch it, but this is how you set up an SRX node, a StoreX node. I've actually found out some better details now, and if anybody has any messages about it, you can just hit me up and talk to me about it, and we can get you fixed up with the video and walk you through what you need to get walked through. But I set up 4 of these nodes. I have 11 strong nodes plus some NFTs. My passive income is doing amazing right now, and I'm able to just kind of kick back and make money for doing nothing. You know what I mean? I'm kind of able to chill. I use this video that I made here. The reason I did the video the way I did it was because I had incomplete videos to go from. The first video I watched was hit and miss. It didn't tell me any of the details. The second video, I had some of the details, but it was so hit and miss that the details were throwing me off. All right, the third one I watched was more helpful, but it was made up into 4 or 5 segments. And I thought, gosh, this is complicated. It just needs to be all in one place. All right, so I got it all in one place now. How do I manage my buys? Do you follow the no more than 5% in one trade? No, it just depends, Kelvin. If I see a great setup that has a ton of room to go, I'm going to put more in that. If I see something that I want to take a little bit of a risk on, I don't put too much on it. I don't necessarily go by a percentage of buys at any particular given time. It's more so, what does the price action look like and how far do I think it can go? If it has more percentage, I'll tend to put more in those. If it has less percentages, I'll tend to put less and take the profit quicker. All right. As far as stop loss goes, I always set a stop loss for at least 6% under the price. If it's a downtrend, I set a stop loss maybe a little lower, 8%. And if I lose 8%, I lose 8%. And that's just part of the game. All right. That's just the way it goes. But I always use stop losses. Right. Yeah. What he said, risk tolerance, goals, experience. It's really up to you, man. But there's nothing wrong with doing 5%. I don't want you to think that's wrong. 5% is solid. So, SRX chart, look at this shit. It just goes straight up. The first note I made was 66 cents. All right. And then 77 cents and then 90 cents. Look at this thing go all the way up to almost $2. And this is the reason why was because it takes 3,000 to run the node. It was only 1,000, and everybody was trying to hurry up and get in before the cutoff. And I managed to get all 4 of my running before the cutoff. I can make about 3,000 SRX a month, and if I can make 3,000 a month, and the number doesn't go too high here, we don't hit 3,000. I have to have 3,500. I may make another node. I may not. I may start taking some profits on this. It really just depends. I haven't made my mind up yet. It's a tough call. Tough call. So that's the beauty of nodes. They're passive income. They're not instant hardcore income. They're income that comes to you slowly over a period of time, like a checking account, like a checking account, like a savings account, like a bond that comes to maturity and gives you yields bi-yearly. This one's daily. You get daily rewards. Now, StoreX only pays out once a month from when the date you start your node, 30 days, they pay you out. Okay. Strong pays every day, constantly, a little bit every 5 minutes. It pays out a little bit every 5 minutes. It's best not to claim for a long time because you're going to get hit with gas fees, but you get what I'm saying. So, you know, I like the passive gains. I like being able to passively make money and trade. I would encourage everyone to do the same. Get you some passive income, make you a little bit of money on the side. Be smart. Don't do anything dumb. Ride out these good trends and do what's best. Don't make any rash decisions. There's no reason. This crypto space has so much room to grow. I don't think this is done. I think we're only beginning here. Yeah, Kelvin, by the way, Mullet's one of the original guys, man. One of the original guys. Me and Mullet started a chat a long time ago, and we're still here, still doing it, okay? I know he's kind of come and gone. He's doing his own thing, and I'm fine with that. I kind of knew that was going to happen one day with a bunch of people. But hey, I want to make more people aware of what we do. I want more people charting. I want more people reading this stuff rather than just aping in and buying shit, hoping it goes up. If you read the chart, you make more money. Okay, it's as simple. Tony Ruiz, bro, he snuck it in on me. What you want, Tony? I got whiskey 5 times over. I've got some rum. I've got some other whiskey, and I've got some tequila. You pick. What am I taking a shot of? Isham, I got you, bro. We'll do Bitcoin real quick. You pick. You pick, Tony. Tony been helping everybody out with the nodes and the mining stuff big time. So I appreciate the hell out of Tony. He's been a big help. He goes out of his way to answer questions, which is awesome. It's more than most people do. Yeah, Bitcoin looks straight up sideways to me, my guy. Straight up sideways. You're on the pivot, which is good, but you're under the moving averages. You're on the wait a minute zone between the 8 and the 21 on the daily. You already hit 42, which we said was going to happen a couple streams ago. That's crazy. How do we know? Because we read the chart. It looks like we're going to range between here and 36-ish. And if we can hold these moving averages, we got good support here at the 50-100 right here. So I think we're going to range between 42 and 36 and bounce around a bit here. And that's okay. It can range if it likes. I don't got a problem with that. That's some good chance to make money on swings. Let's see. Yeah, as we said, heading down for a bit. It might go down a bit. Kind of looks sideways to me, so either way, didn't nobody say up. We said sideways and down. Let's see. Whiskey, bro. Got you, homie. Let's do, because Mullet's on here. Mullet sent me this. So let's, right, saw that, Mullet. 36K is also the 50, isn't it? Well, yeah, 36 is 36. 37 is the 21. 36 would be the Bollinger Bands, like you said. This is the whiskey that Mullet sent me. Y'all guys want to make friends with me, send whiskey. So here we go. This is for Tony. Thank you, bro. Whew. That'll light you on fire. Oh, shit. $10, Tony. You sent me more. Oh, my God. All right. Whiskey, my man. Salute. All right. We'll change it up. Oh, that shit's stout, Mullet. You hear me? This is some other stuff Mullet sent me. This is from Journeyman. It's called Featherbone. It's in this little, like, Danny DeVito bottle. Corks. For Tony. Honestly, that one's better. I'll be straight with you. That one's better than that Sipes. This one's good. This one's good. Featherbone Bourbon Whiskey by Journeyman Distillery. Grow you some hair on your chest, bro. Exactly, dude. Exactly. That's good. That's good grown man whiskey, which is what I'm all about. So, 1 minute. I want to thank everybody for showing up. We had 44 people or 45 people on here at one point. Super badass of everybody. I love keeping a TA 100% TA only. No bullshit, only straight up analytics and facts. That's all there ever needs to be. You mind the charts, you make the money. Thank everybody for being here. I appreciate you all. Mullet, Jeremy, Tony, Isham, blah, blah, blah. All of you. Thank you. I can't do it without you. They're a local micro distillery. Boss, man. Thank you. Thank y'all. I will see y'all on the next stream. Everybody get rich. Make your money. Do your thing. Thank you all very, very